Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another of the society quests here in Mamook. So yes, we are still doing the Mamuja. It's okay. It's not my favorite of the society quests so far, but you know what? It feels meaningful. Which is not something I feel a lot of with Dawn Trail, but yes, so we have Hobigo's return. The branch bearers have settled in nicely. Those pesky bugs are gone and our next harvest is well on its way. Only local beasts have been encroaching upon Goma recently, threatening our workers and trampling our crops. We've taken immediate action, of course. I asked Gotold Jaw if he could develop some kind of repellent, like the two of you once did for wild wyveries. I was just about to go and pick up some of the prototype. Since you're here, why don't you come along? Claire, now this is a pleasant surprise. You look well. I reworked the old smoke bombs into traps that issue smoke for an extended period, allowing ample time for our farmers to flee if necessary. But these are only a stopgap. Able-bodied fighters patrolling the area would do a far better job for security if you ask me. That may be so, but we can't spare any of our workers. We may have to try recruiting Mamuja, who moved to Tuliolo like me. Since you've got a knack for convincing people, I'd like you to join me. My first stop will be Exhalation, so stop by when you have a moment. So we're gonna try and tempt people to leave the home that they worked hard to build in Tuliolo and come back to the forest. That's kind of a lot to ask, if you ask me. I mean, packing up your entire life and moving to a completely new place once is hard enough, but doing it again? I mean, you technically are just going back, but a lot's changed since then. You probably get used to the whole city life. Then again, with the Aetherites, and I suppose it could just be, you know, like a 9-to-5 gig or something. Ah, you're here. I was just catching up with an old friend. In fact, he was kind enough to direct me to Mirija, a fellow expatriate from Mamook. Normally, Mirija works as a bodyguard, but as luck would have it, he's relaxing by down Ripple today. Let's go and find him. Down Ripple. That's an interesting name. Yeah, I can totally see them doing this, like, you know, teleport over at early in the morning and then just come back when it gets dark. I mean, you probably never see the sun again, but hey. Well, well, aren't I popular today? Wait, I know you. You're the Dawn Servant's right-hand woman. Even you, Mirija? I had no idea Claire was such a celebrity. Celebrity doesn't begin to describe it, at least not among us mercenary types. To become a fighter like Claire Fay, recognized by the Vow of Resolve herself, is a dream for no few of us. I mean, we did technically save the world multiple times, so... So to what do I owe this honor? Ravul Ja, I thought you gone back to Mamook. I have, and I want you to come with me. Don't take this the wrong way, but even if Mamook has changed, I still prefer the freedom of Tuliolo to that dismal forest. Besides which, you can eat here, truly eat. Najul just doesn't compare to what the city can offer. Yeah, I suppose if you had to live off nothing but bananas, it would drive you nuts. But that's the whole point. We have more vegetables than ever, and we're still planning to add more. We're talking about Mamook, yes? Aren't we? Yeah, maybe we start at the beginning, Reborn. You're kind of jumping the gun here. Oh, that's right. He doesn't know yet. Let me explain. Well, color me impressed. A Mamook that not only grows something other than Najul, it works with outsiders to do so. Exactly. We need to protect what we've worked so hard to build. Won't you help us? Fine. Since you're this invested, I'll go and give it a look. If I'm forced to eat even a single Najul, I'm out of there. Aha, fair enough. Gokoma is a sight to behold, though. You won't regret this. About as well as we could have hoped for. And like I said, thanks to the Aetherites, they don't have to live there full time. Maybe help out like every 4 days or so, like 4 days a week. See? Simple, quick, and easy. It's funny we don't see people actually using the Aetherites. I mean, I get it if they're going to some place they've never been before, but, he's coming home. Like, he can do a simple, teleport, can he? By the gods, there isn't a Najul in sight. Now I understand your excitement. This is an unprecedented achievement for Mamook. Isn't it? We need to shore up our defenses, and that's where you come in. What do your eyes see that mine don't? A weak fence for starters. You have supplies and tools to reinforce them, I hope. The tools I'll take care of, and Claire is as good a gatherer as you'll find. Any supplies we need, she'll procure. I'll have you bring us soft limestone for the new barriers. You should be able to find some around ankle deep. Soft limestone? That doesn't sound very fortifying. We'll appraise Angry of our plan. Once you have the supplies, you can deliver them directly to her. We're counting on you. Okay. Whoa, it's at the opposite end of the map. Alright, let's go. I love this new mount. I really do. Like, the first time I ever saw these things, it was like, wow, I wish we could actually ride one of those. But, it goes to show you never know what can be made into a mount in this game. In fact, I think just about anything could be made into a mount at this point. Alright, so just flying off to the other end of the map. Oh, those little guys are cute. And I picked up the reference from Final Fantasy XI. Like, those little guys actually play a big role in one of the expansions. I won't spoil anything for you. But they really are cute. And it's kind of appropriate, too, because we still have, you know, the echoes of Vana'diel. And I'm just going to teleport back. No point in just flying all the way back there. Do 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 do. Welcome back. I understand we're reinforcing our fences. Lovely. I believe this is precisely what Ravulja described. I hope a sturdy wall will solve our problems. I mean, we can try. I'm sure it will, though. Looks like he called in his buddies. Oh! Wow, they really do grow fast. I bet they're so happy they don't have to eat bananas anymore. I'm surprised by how many of Marija's associates hearken to his call. Thanks to their patrols, our granary feels safer than ever. Bees should no longer trouble us, and come harvest time we should have more than enough people to lend a hand. I'll admit the glow of our yield surprised me at first, but closer inspection revealed that these plants mirror Najul in their reaction to the etheric environment. Their appearance has no negative effect on nutrients nor pappability. Well, that's convenient. Yeah, I mean, they do have bananas that are blue, so I guess it's not a surprise that the vegetables here all have different colors. Okay, gathered in Gokoma to protect its precious bounty. Given the regularity of harvest, a space has been allocated for the trade of fresh produce. This can only bode well for the Mamuja and their dietary repertoire. I mean, food grows here really, really fast. They won't have to worry about, going hungry again. Okay, up to respected. Okay, so we can go ahead and do the 3 quests quickly. And we can do 3 more today. Yay! More vendor exchange. Ah, okay. Well, we can actually go ahead and get the orchestrion roll today. Okay, remedies at the ready. Cure medicinal ingredients. In recent days, we've had a steady drip of locals returning to Mamuk from Tuliolo and across the Salt. The former mercenaries among them have been eager to take up posts as granary guards, but even the best suffer minor wounds during their tussles with encroaching wildlife. In order to treat these injuries and ailments, I like to keep a good stock of healing medicines on hand. Yaktail moss is always a useful ingredient. I would appreciate whatever you can bring me from the vicinity Neyozo. Fruit of Friendship. Have you ever eaten a branch bearer's fruit? A hunter of the Brethren of Baraxi have I've been speaking to recently has admitted to a craving for its sweet and tart flavor. In the spirit of our growing friendship, I thought it might be nice to gift him one. We have branch bearers right here in Mamool, after all, in clever hands like yours for harvesting, assuming you don't mind helping. You should find some berry-bearing birds wandering the gainery. Once you've picked a nice big one, please deliver it directly to our sweet-toothed friend in Yikbarak. Okay, welcoming fragrance. Things around here have become so much busier than when we began, eh, Claire? Even the brethren of Barracks have been known to stop by and stay a while. It's proven a great spot for them to interact with our customers from Mamool. Which is why I want to go one step further and make of the gainery a place where everyone can feel welcome and relaxed. To that end, I spoke with one of our visitors and learned that the Barali use a pleasing aroma to create a restful atmosphere. Should you happen to be in the area, I'm told you can find deposits of aromatic salt north of the dirigible landing. A few pinches should be enough for us to create a welcoming fragrance. You know what these things remind me of? They remind me of, like, the thresholds from Harry Potter. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. Speech has always been a pain for me. Pluck the heavy fruit from the branch bearer, much to its apparent relief. Okay, so now we gotta deliver the gift to the sweet-toothed hunter. I just want to admire these guys. They just look so cool. Oh, and I got my little capybara. This thing always makes me laugh when I see it. It's just so tiny. And, like, you don't expect, like, a capybara, you know, you can ride a capybara. Okay, so the dirigible landing and the little village up ahead, and we can just grab it on our way back for the last one. Let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, so it's like right here, like right at the very edge of the map. Okay, 1, oh no, 2, 3, and we'll just grab some ice crystals just because. Okay, 9 ice crystals, not bad. Alright, so moving on back to the village, which isn't very far from here. You know, I probably could have teleported. Why do I never think about that? I don't know why. I'm just so used to just flying everywhere. I think it's just because I'm a cheapskate. I know, it's not very much when you're in the area and it's only like 100 gil, but you know, every gil counts, especially in this economy. There you are. Come from the gainery, have you? How'd you guess? Oh, you brought me the branchberry, just as Kajil promised. Many among the brethren are fond of the taste, but we rarely partake from the lower forests where the branch bearers roam. I'll have to visit Kajilja and return the favor with a gift of my own. That's nice. See, we're building up friendships here. Always a good thing. Alright, so just one more. We're heading back into the forest. I do like these forests. Like, it's an interesting concept because, like, we just go down far enough and it's always, like, glowing. Like, the night, it's like, it's always bright enough that you can't tell if it's day or night. It doesn't matter. And that's the same thing with, like, Heritage Found and like, Solution 9. It's just so interesting to me. Because I try to film these things, like, in the middle of the day because it's just easier to see things. So, yeah, it does help a lot that I can film these and not actually have to worry about what time of day it is. Okay. So we're just heading back. Let's skip ahead. Alright, here we are. Hello, Claire. Did you find the ingredients we're looking for? Yes, this is exactly what we need. Thank you for going to the trouble. Getting to some of these cenotes can be a journey in itself. It's said that the traditional medicines made from these ingredients are the same as those handed out to soldiers during our war with the Shabrali. In those days, it was the duty of those unsuited to battle to gather the necessary materials. Makes sense? That time has passed, thankfully, but the healing remedies still prove as effective as ever. May call on you again if our stocks of ingredients runs low. You delivered the fruit then? The hunter mentioned they were a favorite among the Shabrali, and I'm glad to hear he was pleased with it. We Mamuja find the flavor a touch too sour, and so usually mix them into a sweet drink made from crushed najul. Seeing as our neighbors enjoy the taste straight from the branch, however, we'll have to remember to set a portion of the harvest aside. Can I assume you brought our aromatic ingredient? I thought as much. I smelled such a pleasant scent as you approached. Does that mean that both Shabrali and Mamuja are fond of similar smells? We spent so many years in conflict over our differences, but I wonder what else we might have in common. Appreciating a calm and fragrance is something I'd never considered until the brethren began their visits. Each of our cultures has much to learn from the other. Alright! Home at Hearts! Yay! We got another orchestrion roll! Alright everyone, I guess that's gonna be it for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure to join me again next time. So, until then everyone, take care.